Hey friends, this is Angela from Art of Creation Homestead, and you're in the kitchen with me again. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a quick, easy, absolutely to die for dessert that requires very few ingredients and is so easy to mix up. You're going to make this tonight because you will have everything on hand. You're going to make this tonight. So, here we go. What we are making today is chocolate cobbler. My favorite. And it works out perfect this time of year because our chickens are in molt, so they're not laying eggs, and this requires no eggs. So this is my friend this time of year. So you want to start out by preheating your oven to 350 degrees, and you want to take a 9x9 or 8x8. This is an 8x8. It'll be a little thicker if it's an 8x8. And you want to grease it really well, either with butter or just spray it with some cooking spray. Now, in this bowl, we have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. We have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We have 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. We have 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. And we have 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Now, we are going to mix all that together. Let your sugar work as an abrasive. We're using a whisk to do this. Let your sugar work as an abrasive to break up any lumps in your cocoa powder, because we all know cocoa powder has a lot of lumps in it. So, now all of your dry ingredients are mixed together. Now, in this cup, we have 1/2 cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 2 tablespoons of any neutral flavored oil that you like to use. Now we're just going to pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Now we're just going to take a spoon, stir those together. Just that simple. We're going to stir those together. Make a nice chocolatey thick cake batter. And as you can see, just like that, it's all mixed together. See? You got a nice chocolatey cake batter. Now we are going to drop it in to our 8x8 or 9x9, whichever you are using. We are going to drop it into the bottom of the pan. You just want to rake it all out in there. Don't miss a drop of it. Now spread it out to all the corners, because it's kind of thick, so it's not going to run to the corners on its own. So you want to spread it out. Now, there we go. Now, in this little bowl, we have 3/4 of a cup of firmly packed light brown sugar. We have 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder and just a pinch of salt. Now you're going to whisk all of that together. Well, not really whisk it together, you're going to kind of poke it together. Just to be honest, you're kind of poking it until you get all the lumps of brown sugar mixed in to the cocoa. In fact, I like to use my immaculately clean hands. That's the easiest way to do it, because you can break up those lumps of brown sugar so much easier if you just do it with your hands. So, it's all mixed together. Now, we are going to just sprinkle it evenly over the top of our cake. You just want to sprinkle it very evenly. You don't want any lumps of it here or there. You want to be as even as you can with it. Now, if you did like me and it all just slid out on you, just take your hand, spread it around, and if you see any lumps of brown sugar, just kind of crush them up just a little bit. Okay, this next step may sound like I'm about crazy, but for those of you who have never had chocolate cobbler, what this is going to do, your cake is going to rise to the top. All of this cocoa powder and brown sugar and the next ingredient that I'm adding, it's all going to sink to the bottom and make a nice hot fudge sauce to spoon over your cake and maybe a little vanilla ice cream. So what you want to do next, this is 1 3/4 cup of hot water. This is very hot. You can do boiling or you can do just hot from the tap. Now I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. You want to pour this very slowly and very evenly over the top of your mixture. Don't leave any dry pockets of cocoa powder and brown sugar. You want to pour it very slowly, very evenly. But one of the best ways to do this is to put your pan on, pull out your oven rack, put your pan on your oven rack, and slowly pour it in while it's sitting on your oven rack. Then slowly ease your oven rack back into the oven. If you have to pour it on away from the oven, be very careful not to slosh or not to, so that your water doesn't get under your cake batter and start to mix with your cake batter. So I'm going to take this over to the oven. I'm going to slowly pour my water on top. You want to very slowly drizzle it all over the whole surface. And then we are going to bake it until a toothpick inserted in the center. Now you don't want to push it all the way down or you'll get fudge sauce. Just poke it in just a tiny bit into the top until it comes out with moist crumbs on it. I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. It's out of the oven now, as you can see. Don't that look amazing? It baked for about 40 to 45 minutes. And as you can see, the cake is all on top now. And I'm gonna lean you in, see if you can see this. See, if you pull back the cake, there's that beautiful hot fudge sauce. Oh man, you do not know how delicious this is until you try it. You just don't know. So you've got to try this. And it's so simple and easy. And you probably have all the ingredients on hand. You could try this tonight. We'll be back and I'll show you just how good it is when Jason tries it. Because I know how much Jason loves this.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. You ain't got to zoom in, I'll just right there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, you can have more than one scoop of ice cream on there. It's okay. I'm just doing this so I don't look like too horrible of an individual on camera. Get a little bite of ice cream. Get a little chocolate cobbler. I'll do this on camera just for you. Rich. Decadent. Delicious. It's awesome. Don't get it wrong, it's chocolate cobbler. What are you talking about? Or vanilla ice cream. Say it's delicious. You love it. Can't eat it all the time, but hey, once in a while, worth it. Angela, did you tell me to store this in the fridge?
No.
No, store this in the fridge. Okay, if you don't eat it all in one night, which you better not unless you got more than 1 or 2 people. But store it in the fridge, then warm it back up whenever you're ready. Okay, after day 1. Now, this has not been in the fridge, but after you've ate on it the first night or whatever, store it in the fridge and then warm it back up to where your desired temperature. Okay? Now, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. Alright. My name is Jason. That was Angela Kay back there behind the camera and the cook. We love you guys. God bless you. And goodbye.